get the preliminaries out the way so we can hit the ground running. My goal is to knock out tonight's show within an hour. Yeah, that's what I'm shooting for. So to do that, I said, let me go ahead and make sure my mic sound nice. Check one. So do y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Check one. If there's anybody in the chat, I don't see you yet. Hello. It says 20 people are watching, but I don't see anybody chatting. Okay. Somebody said holla. Donna's there. Oh, okay. I see her pop up. There we go. Here comes the cavalry. There you go, cavalry. All right, Sandy. Hey, what's going on? All right, Brett. Anita. Here they come, y'all. All right. So now, with that being said, I'm assuming y'all can hear me. Maureen. I know a song named Maureen by one of my favorite artists, Sade. Maureen. It's hard to explain. Yeah, man. Great song. Love Sadie. Love her. Now, if this is your first time joining my show, please hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms, like on my alternative channel, Stop and Think. For the simple fact, I went and looked at how many subscribers are over there, and guess what it's at, y'all? It's still at 911. 911, man. 911 folks. And I'm sitting there going, that's like in the words of Ralph Riggums off of The Simpsons, that's impossible. But no, nevertheless, it is what it is. So if you haven't subscribed to my alternative channel, please do that. And if you want to check out Kevin's Corner Store, please do. And also, don't forget you can support the channel through my Cash App or my PayPal. The links are below. I'm getting that out the way so we can go ahead after my theme song and get busy. Yeah. What? Like a silverback. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. This is G's in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah, man. So I'm going to beat my chest all over these Democrats tonight. Oh, yeah. The number 330-974-4607. If you are new to the channel, you want to stay in the loop just in case I get the boot, I'll be able to at least let you know where I'm at. And if you text MAGA to that number, then I'll be able to connect with you. All right. Now, let's go ahead. Somebody called Don the moderator in chief. That's what I'm talking about. Now, what's this? I figured we would change it up tonight and open up with somebody who's auditioning for the presidency. And that's none other than Kamala Harris. That's right. Like always, the Democrats reach out to black famous folks in efforts to hope to influence regular black folks who don't realize that these black famous folks have nothing in common with them. And unfortunately, a lot of black folks fall for the okie doke. So let's see what Tahaji Mirage I'm talking about, because I don't know her name. But here she is talking about the importance of voting.
I'm telling y'all, you better show up and show out with them ballots. I'm being serious now. I know I look good.
The BET Awards. So she's like, you better not shout. You better not pout. So here she is. I'm telling you what it's all about. So let's see what she's talking about with that Diana Ross hair.
But it's a serious time. I need y'all to listen. Show up and show out when it's time to vote, because it's not just about the presidential election, you guys. It's time for us to play chess, not checkers. It's about making decisions.
Now, the sad part, she probably don't even know how to play chess. That's the sad part about it. Just using an analogy that she can't really understand. Unless you play chess, you will never understand that analogy. Now, here she is trying to motivate the black folks to show up and show out.
That will affect us as human beings.
Like what? Like high taxes? Like high inflation? Huh? Like the housing market all jacked up? Like an open border? Like all these illegal immigrants getting shoved into your black and Latino neighborhoods? You mean stuff like that? You mean like the danger of World War III because we got a raggedy leader? Or are you talking about that bootleg Diana Ross?
Our careers. What? Our next generations to come. Did you know that it is now a crime to be homeless?
Where? I did not know that. I have to go and check that because I questioned that.
Pay attention. It's not a secret. Look it up. They are attacking our most vulnerable citizens.
Like what?
The Project 2025 plan is not a game.
Here we go. She done bought into it. Project 25. Scary. Ooh, the booger man. The booger man. Let's see.
Look it up.
I'm looking it up. I looked it up already.
They are trying to bring the draft back.
Wait a minute. Who's in power right now? Is it, I mean, that because last I checked, the Republicans aren't running the executive branch, but she's talking about they're trying to bring the draft back. The only warmongers, well, we do got some in our party too, but they're rhinos. But it appears that the Democrats are big, real big on war. They're big on war at the expense of others. So if she's whining about them trying to bring the draft back, who's doing that right now? I think you're misplacing the blame. Let's see.
Who do you think they're going to draft first?
Oh, let me guess. Black folks. They're going to have a segregated draft. All right, we better not waste our own white people. Let's start off with the brothers. Yes, they're expendable. Hey, you. Hey, bro. Get the pick out of your hair. Come over here, pull your pants up, and get in line. You're going off to war. I guess that's what she's referring to.
I'm not trying to scare us.
Yes, you are.
I'm trying to inform us. We got...
By being uninformed. Yeah, she's trying to inform them as she's uninformed.
3 Supreme Court seats up, you guys. We need those seats. Oh.
What? Does she know something we don't know about? 3 Supreme Court seats up. I'm pretty sure there's 9 of them, and I haven't heard anybody saying they're leaving. Is she referring to, oh, maybe she's referring to what the Democrats are trying to do right now, which is demonize the Supreme Court, which it says illegitimate, which are saying, let's go ahead and pack the courts. Yeah, that's right. It's gone rogue. The whole Supreme Court doesn't vote for us, and we haven't co-opted it. We don't control that area of legislation right here. We control the legislative branch, the executive branch, but we need the judicial branch. So until we can control it, it's rogue, or we need to tweak it. We need to distort it, bend it, and contort it and pervert it into something we think is beautiful, meaning it serves the will of the Democrat Party and these globalists. So now what she's talking about is the Supreme Court, which everybody's whining because Trump went about it the proper way. It was his right, his constitutional right, to appoint those Supreme Court justices. Now, I don't see what the problem is. Did he break the law by doing that? Are they going to try to lock him up for that too? Because they'll come up with stuff. Trump, he violated the Constitution by nominating Supreme Court justices under his constitutional right and duties. But unfortunately, he's Trump. Therefore, all of those things go out the window.
We have no protection. Okay. I got it out my system.
Yeah. No, you haven't. You have not gotten that Trump derangement out of your system because you end up hooking up with who?
Our next performer. Yes.
We don't care about that.
Serious. I'm talking to all the mad people that don't want to vote. You gonna be mad about a lot of things if you don't vote.
No, Taraji. Now, you know I wouldn't do that.
Uh-oh. Look at Chameleon sitting there in front of that camera. All of that makeup on. Got her hair did, y'all. Trying to pretend that she's just a regular old sister on the street. She's going back to her soul sister roots. She want to connect to the brothers. But I sense it's not natural. I sense that based on this acting performance of hers. So let's watch this cringe attempt to reach out to the brothers. Like always. Now, listen to the slang she drops in there.
Especially not to a fellow bison. The real H.U., you know. So what's on your mind?
You know. So what's on your mind? Okay. So we watching a bootleg movie on BET? Something like that?
Oh, Madam VP Harris, I'm worried about the election. Women's reproductive rights are on the line. Our Supreme Court is on the line.
Just say it. Just say abortion. Just say abortion. What's with the new definitions? So they sent Taji, or whatever her name is, her script. And of course, they put in her script women's reproductive rights. Because, see, they don't want the public to hear abortion. Yeah. So they are masters at distorting and converting and perverting terms and definitions. So they don't come across as so abrasive. So now it's just reproductive rights. So in someone's mind who don't know what they're talking about, they would think that women's right to what? Go get a pap smear, maybe go get a sonogram, something like that. All of that stuff is under attack. Women's reproductive or the right to have a baby. You just said women's reproductive rights. We all know what you're talking about. Just say it. But they can't do that because they don't want an image, a negative image popping up in people's head when they say things. So here we go. Y'all ready for Chameleon Kamala's her part in action?
Our basic freedoms are being tested, Madam VP. I know you've been traveling across the country. What are you hearing? Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets.
Oh, God. How many takes you think it took for her to get that, even to the point where it remotely sound? They're probably just like, hey, girl, I'm out there in those streets. No, that's not black enough. Could you kind of maybe put a little more blackness into it? I'm out there in those streets. No, that's not. No, pull back. Hey, girl, I'm out there. And I'm going, it doesn't seem believable. You would get beat up in the hood. I can tell. You ain't never grew up in the streets, Chameleon. The sisters would see through you if they dropped you off in the middle of the hood. They see through you. You wouldn't be able to fake it till you make it because it's not natural. That is why people don't like her. They can sense everything about her is fake. And so now the Democrats have put themselves in a big fat pickle. They asked for this. They asked for the black woman of color. Now they got her. She's all y'all's. And y'all don't want her now. Why don't y'all want her? Because Creepy is blew out. So go ahead, run her. Let's finish hearing how genuine she sounds.
And let me tell you, you're right, Taraji. There is so much at stake in this moment.
It is.
The majority of us believe in freedom and equality.
But the rest of us don't. All of us, millions and millions of Trump supporters, including Trump, we don't believe in freedom and equality. Yeah, we believe in slavery and inequality. So wait, let me understand this, guys. So all of the black, Latino, and other races that support Trump, we're going to get what? We're going to get some type of immunity when it comes down to discrimination. Once Trump gets in, you know what he's going to do, right? He's going to go ahead and shut down freedom for all the rest of the blacks, the Latinos, and the Democrat voters. And he's going to go ahead and kind of pardon us because we happen to support him, I guess. I don't understand who she's referring to when she talks about our freedoms. They don't believe in freedom. I'm what? Y'all the only ones believe in freedom? So indirectly what she's saying is we don't believe in equality. We don't believe in freedom. They got the patent on freedom and equality.
But these extremists, as they say, they're not like us.
There you go. Us and them are these extremists. What extremists? Who's extreme? That these are questions that fake Chameleon Kamala would never answer. The Democrats, they major in this type of demonization, vilification, and just straight segregation of the whole country. And it's not about race. It's about ideology. It's about, people who say, I love the country and I'm a common sense American. They want to be left alone. And I want my borders shut down and I want to feel safe. And I want to be able to keep a little chips in my pocket and don't have you guys using my money for unnecessary wars and skirmishes. These are things I want. I want my kids left alone at the schools and I don't have to worry about coming there and they're celebrating pride, doing marches inside the schools. Didn't let me know. Yeah, things like that bother normal, regular Americans. I don't want our jobs being shipped over to China because y'all getting kickbacks. These are things that we as Americans want, but yet they call us extremists because we're not radical. We're not liberal. Yeah, we're not full blown on board with this globalist agenda. So now we're extremists, not based on what we defined ourselves as, but what she defined us as. And then she goes on to say, they're not like us. And I'm thinking, so what? What are you saying? And what does that mean? Since we're not like you, are y'all better than us? That's what it's. You think you better than us? I have a friend. His dad, man, growing up, used to just mess with his wife all the time. No matter what she said, somehow he'll find a way to make it appear that she thinks she's better than him. No matter what it was. She'd be like, oh, Bob, I got a promotion today. Oh, so you think you better than me, huh, Mary? No, Bob, I just, look, every time I say, never mind. Oh, so now you can't talk to me. Oh, yeah, you think you better than me. Yeah, just always going, you think you better than me, no matter what it is. I feel like she thinks she's better than us. Her and her elitist actress.
No, they not. There's a full-on attack on our fundamental freedoms. The freedom to vote.
Line in your little fake promotion. No video here. The freedom to vote. Boy, she won't explain that. I'm sure she's probably referring to them not bringing black folks cold water while they stand in line, perhaps. Or could it be they're not allowing illegal immigrants to get in the line and vote? Could it be that? Interesting.
Yep. The freedom to love who you love. The freedom to be safe from gun.
There you go. See, now, you need to I need to translate for Chameleon because she's in disguise. She's hiding what these things really mean. The freedom to love who you love. Nobody's questioning that. Nobody's questioning that. I don't even know what she's talking about. Nobody is trying to. I haven't even heard any legislation to like reverse gay marriage. Honestly, right now, the bigger focus is on what they're trying to do with young adults. Other than that, we don't give a darn who these people love. But here she is, the freedom to love who you love. And what was the other one after that?
No, they not. There's a full-on attack on our fundamental freedoms. The freedom to vote. Yeah.
Lie.
The freedom to love who you love.
Lie.
The freedom to be safe from gun violence.
Yeah, go and tell that to Shite Town, Chicago. Go to tell them that in that New York, in New York. Because see, what the translation of what she just said is, we want to get law-abiding American citizens' guns. We want that big, bad, mean AR-15. That's what we want. We want those type of weapons. We are not even thinking about all of those handguns that most murders, responsible for most murders. We're not talking about those. We're not talking about all of those folks that got to fear gunfire and gunshots and stuff like that in S-hole ran Democrat cities. We're not talking about those. Yeah, we're probably just talking about what the white nationalists out there that's carrying those AR-15s, just somewhere up in those back hills, somewhere where Donald Trump has them training so they can go out and attack cities if he doesn't win. I'm sure that's who she's referring to.
The freedom for a woman to make decisions about her own body, not having her government tell her what to do.
Still can. So guys, this is who they are relying on, or are they trying to roll her under the bus? Why would they do that? Could it be because of things like this?
And imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
Oh, that's deep. That's
what
deep.
What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
Okay, it was deep the first time, but we're at, okay, wait a minute. We're at the third time. All right, third time's the charm, I guess. She's driving it home. Or could it be she's limited in her deep statements? Her critical thinking, her motivational speaking. So she's going back to the bread and butter. How many times is she going to say this?
What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What we can see, what we believe can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be.
This goes to show how programmed and fake Democrats are. They all got their little slogans. They all got their statements. They all got their sayings. And they just, I guess, assume that if they say it 100,000 times, that nobody's going to start saying, you know what, it sounds like you don't have anything else. It sounds like this is just a cliche that you're using to try to sound deep. And going through it can be unburdened by what has been, which could be, if you just imagine that it wasn't there, now it is there, which makes it not be where it is unless you see what cannot be seen, whereas you see it as you don't see it. What, you want me to explain that? No, it was just something I just say. Some cool thing to say. Let's hear some more of these cool slogans of hers.
Unburdened by what has been. What can be. Unburdened by what has been.
That man.
What can be. Unburdened by what has been.
The drunk
can be.
What can be.
Unburdened by who we have been. President must.
There you go. The drunk aunt. Listen here, baby. You can be unburdened by what. I'm sorry. I've been drinking a little bit. Where can't see. Something like that. Come on, don't go nowhere. Where you going, baby? She sounds like the drunk aunt at the picnic. Kids running from her. Oh boy. And now, unfortunately, the Dems are in a bit of a pickle.
Decide that he is going forward, or that he would step aside if
the party pressures him to do that. How would you feel if they worked around and tried to go around Kamala Harris
and, push out the first woman of color vice president to make room for probably a man?
Your woman, first woman.
Probably a man. Oh, I know Kamala is sitting there on that broom of hers going, why won't they talk about me? What's this talk about everybody but me? Why are they all looking around and looking over me like I'm not the second in charge? Yeah, because they didn't make you second in charge because you're brilliant, effective, competent. It's because you're black. There you go. You're a black woman, and they wanted to be able to say, we appointed the first black female vice president. That's why. Now it's coming back to bite them, because it's hard to get rid of the first female black president when you have anointed them and been running around touting this. Now you're in a pickle because the first female black president isn't qualified enough to help y'all win. So now y'all got to figure out how to slide her to the side and bring in somebody who's qualified. Now all of a sudden DEI went out the window. Now they sitting back like, yeah, that's just for show. We want somebody who can help us win. Everything we do is designed to win. You think we care about these black folks and diversities? No, you were chosen because you're black and you're a woman. But when they work that way, they end up in situations like with Black Gay Drop. Because now you can't get rid of Black Gay Drop. Y'all came out celebrating that. The opening line, right out the box. My friend here is the first black female gay. So I call her Black Gay Drop. So now, Black Gay Drop got him by the testes. And you're going to hear Black Gay Drop try to explain something during the show tonight that shows that she should have been fired day one. But they can't do nothing to her. So now the Dems are in a bit of a pickle. They are talking about everybody but Chameleon.
Vice President, you're up.
Should I stay or should I go? Yeah. Yeah, man. So we're going to see if she goes gracefully, if they are going to somehow get Joe Biden to step down. It's going to be a package deal, I'm sure. It's going to be, look, you need to step down, Joe. But Kamala, we can't have you step up. I mean, don't look that way at us. You know what your poll numbers are. Girl, look, man, I ain't going to sit here and try to, look, you going to make me say it? Okay, we put you in this position because you a black woman. Now, dang on it, we can cut a deal somehow and make sure you live a great life, do TV appearances, maybe even make you the governor of California. But we can't have you up to bat. You can't get out there and take us to the Super Bowl. You're the backup quarterback, and our quarterback sucked, and you're worse than him. You're worse than him. So don't look that way. Oh, boy, I tell you. But look at this, guys.
Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth.
Speaker.
And F you if you can't handle the truth.
Now, there's their starter. And guess what, y'all? The Democrats wanted this. They wanted that guy. They drafted this dude in the draft. He showed up at the combine running a 40-yard dash backwards. They're like, is he supposed to be running backwards? Like, we've never seen anything like this. Does he know that he's supposed to come this way? Yeah, they drafted this dude. No vertical jump. They ain't gonna just, that's it. Head go up, no vertical jump. Got on the bench, broke both arms when the weight came down on him. But somehow they still decided, let's take him first round. First round. Now, they got a horrible season. They're getting blasted. And they're trying to win a game. And yet, that's their guy. You just heard that guy talk about that Joe Biden and F you. F you. So let's check out their starting quarterback that they drafted.
This version of Biden is the best Biden ever.
Okay, hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
That I agree with everything you said, except for the last part of it.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The commentators were just talking about this is a great draft pick. I'm looking forward to the season. I think this person's going to take us all the way to the Super Bowl. And about 5 minutes later, what's this?
Everybody calm down, and I'll tell you why. I mean, it's fine to not spin what happened last night, and we're not going to.
But by the way,
he had a terrible night.
Mika, everybody's calm here.
No,
you're the only one raising your voice.
No.
Everybody is.
Hey, stop mansplaining. Stop telling that woman that she needs to calm down. Isn't that sexist? Isn't that sexist?
Calm here.
But again, it's the let's just immediately pull this. Let's end this. Let's find someone else.
That's not what Mike said.
That
Stop mansplaining.
attitude toward this is what I am saying slow down on. Because, again, there's no spinning it. But let's be balanced. Let's, for once, show some balance in a media world that is so shrill with imbalance that we've become ignored.
Now, wow. She just made a confession and didn't know it. Yeah, for once, meaning this. All the other times, y'all are unbalanced. All the other times. But for once, and then he has to step in and try to help her out. Like I thought we show balance, unlike all the rest of them. All the rest of them, they don't show balance, but we do, which we all know that they don't show balance, and we're about to find out. We're about to find out because, see, here they had the nerve to try to go out on their own and say something about Joe and give their own opinion about what should happen. And look what happens when they did that.
To the difference between these two candidates. So let's put it this way.
Okay.
Gene Robinson, I'll go to you.
But wait, I just have to stop you. First of all, we always show balance.
We are, yeah.
Secondly, nobody's panicking. I said these were questions that Democrats and Joe Biden needed to ask themselves. And Mike said he missed one pitch down the middle after another and wasn't up to it last night.
Well, y'all drafted that dude. That's what y'all wanted. Remember, y'all asked for this. We just heard you talking about some, I don't care, F you, if you don't agree. We just heard you say that. Now all of a sudden you're talking about a missing pitcher. You watched him in the combines, went to throw the ball and the ball went backwards. You watched that. Don't act like you wasn't sitting there with the clock on a 40 time and fell asleep before he crossed the finish line. You woke up like what? Oh, he's finally across the. Oh man, what time is it? Yeah, there you go. And now you're up here whining?
Right, okay.
He said,
wasn't up to it last night.
He said last night. So I will say that it's not panic. I mean, it's not being panicked.
Oh, it's panic.
To understand what's at stake and understand the window is closing very quickly.
Yeah, because your fans are furious. They're like, why would they draft this dude? They told us this guy was best coming out of college. He was the best, the number one draft pick. They told us he was going to take us to the Super Bowl, man. And some of us question, like, I don't know about that draft pick. Now we see he sucks. And the people are saying, cut him loose and bring somebody else in. But they got a dilemma.
And if last night did not reveal that to you and other Democrats, then it needs to be revealed pretty soon.
Pretty soon? Oh, now, Beaker, you didn't fall in line. See, you were a little hasty. You were premature. Criticism of creepy. Now, Mika, along the way, was going, Joe, you might want to tamper your criticism here because, you know, we do work for the DNC. You know, we are owned by the Democrat Party. You know that, right? So we might want to wait a minute and hear what they tell us to say before we say something that gets us in trouble. And look what happened.
Now, Joe, our Joe, is off this morning on a planned vacation.
Oh, no, why you got to tell us that? Why you got to lean in and go that? You know what the body language is telling us? We assume y'all think Joe got sent on leave. right about now, on a planned vacation, just in case you're thinking that because of the harsh things he said the other night. Yeah, Nasty Pelosi called up and said, put Beaker on the phone, please. And shot that monkey paw through that phone and went to work on him. I want him dismissed right now. So now listen to how she flips the script, and it sounds almost as if Nancy Pelosi has spoke right through her. Is she channeling her Nasty Pelosi? Because listen to these talking points. She got new revelation. And Beaker got set down somewhere. You can't tell me he went on a planned vacation. Here she is. That Joe's not here because he stepped out too far. They were like, that dude right there needs to go sit down somewhere and think about it. Okay, hush up, boy. But you go out there and clean this up. You're lucky you didn't go ahead and side with him too much. Or you also would be on a planned vacation. So now listen to her repentance.
On Friday's show, I should clarify, Joe said it may be time for Biden to consider stepping aside. He also said we should wait a few days to see how he responds. We're shoulder to shoulder on that. I do agree. Joe Biden has work to do. He has to do better. His team has to do a lot better.
Well, now, isn't that a weird talking point to come up with? His team has to do, because isn't that what Joe Biden's campaign is saying? That's what they're upset about. They're blaming it on his team. Somehow you adopted that too, somehow. So his team, where'd you get that talking point from? But let's continue.
I'm just not ready, though, to count Joe Biden out. Not even close.
Oh, because the Democrats have told you not to yet. That's why. They said you guys jumped out too fast. We're not sure about what we're going to do about this. Okay, so now you walk that mess back and pretend that, we were a little hasty, but we weren't really saying get rid of him. We weren't, you know what I'm saying? We're not ready to get rid of him, and here's why.
Just as Joe and I were stunned by the president's poor performance on the debate stage.
No, you weren't stunned by it. Y'all knew it. You can't be that. There's not enough stunning in the world. Just a few weeks ago, you're talking about, I don't care. That Joe Biden is the best Joe Biden I've ever. And I'm saying, you went from that to, oh, he's not? What? Since when did he get this bad? But here she are. We were stunned.
We've also been surprised by...
Read that line.
The level of...
You see her leaning in like, all right, wait, what did Nasty say to say? We also been surprised by... Yeah, this is natural. This is not written for her or scripted. No, wait. It's coming from her gut. I'm sure she wrote this. No, Nasty sent this to her and said, repent, you peasant, or you'll never work in this industry again.
Of animosity toward Donald Trump from people who once supported him.
It sounds like she got that like 2 seconds before the show started. All right, now listen, putting the mic on her. All right, look, now, we go ahead. We suspended Joe. And we made some tweaks to your opening statement. Oh, well, wait, when did you do this? Well, we just got a phone call right now. Here, listen, just go out there and read this. Okay, but can I read over it? No time, you're on. It sounds like that. That's how just straight fake she sounds right there. Like somebody got a gun to her head, like somebody's behind that mug like, read it.
Debate acted as a wake-up call that was a loss for Joe Biden, no question, but not a win for Trump.
Oh, yeah, because see, y'all can't say that. You got to now start pivoting back to Trump. So it was a loss for Biden, but not a win for Trump. Now, how can she say that with a straight face? She know it was a win for Trump. The polls showed that it was a win for Trump. Yeah, she don't think we're all over here going, told you so, nana, boo-boo. She think that what? Somehow it made Trump look bad and he lost support. He gained support from this. And here she is. It's not a win for Trump because Nasty told me to say it wasn't.
The choice is one terribly bad night versus a decade of destruction to our core beliefs, our democratic values, and yes, our Constitution.
Now that sounds like a Democrat wrote that for her. Sounds like what I've been hearing all the Democrats say. The choice is between, one bad night, just a few moments of forgetfulness versus. Now, isn't that odd that she sounds exactly like what the Democrats have been saying about this whole debate, trying to spin it?
Someone who stumbled over his words for 90 minutes versus someone who lied to the American people over and over again.
I am pretty sure I heard Nancy Pelosi say that during an interview the other day. Wow. Someone who had trouble for just one debate night versus someone who lies over and over. Isn't this crazy? Wow, we now know who controls MSNBC, which we always knew. We always knew. But to have her come out like this and have to straight prostitute herself, they got on her butt real quick. So they probably got Joe sitting on the sideline watching, lying about him being on vacation, while she go out and clean up his mess.
A man slowed down by a cold.
That's it. A man slowed down by a cold. Do colds make you forget? Do colds make you not be able to complete sentences? I didn't know colds did that. Is that a symptom of a cold? A man slowed down by a cold.
Versus a man with a cold, vile, and merciless heart.
Wow. Who wrote that? Let's put some real rough language in there. Foul, stinking, corrupt, no good, backstabbing heart. Unbelievable, this chick. It is so obvious.
I think in the days and weeks ahead, as we move away from this debate, clarity will hopefully set in. For me, Joe Biden is still the man.
Look at that. They made her go out and confess her just undying commitment and loyalty to Joe Biden. You go out there and you tell those people that they still need to stick with Joe Biden. Yes, don't leave any doubt. So now here she is earning all of that prostitute money.
For this moment.
She knows so long as she was 9.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
So he's still your guy, Mika? He's still your guy? Yeah, see, wait. There's more, y'all.
In fact, I think he's better than he's ever been.
President Biden has a photographic memory. His understanding and mastery of a complicated geopolitical situation is remarkable. He is sharp.
Wait, are they talking about the same guy? Now, this is Democrats for you. Democrats will tell you the opposite of what you are seeing. I mean, we all saw footage of folks in droves coming across that border, and that border is secure. That part. They will sit back and say, I know what you're seeing, but we're going to tell you ain't seeing it. Everything is the opposite of what if you got common sense, what everybody knows is true. These are mostly peaceful protests. And then they would tell you stuff that isn't true that you're looking at and saying, well, wait a minute, y'all calling this an insurrection? But they opened the doors. And the majority of the folks that went in there were simply walking between the velvet ropes, picking up stuff that was knocked down, hanging out with the cops. But yet y'all are telling us, forget what you see. That's why we didn't want those videos released. Forget what you see. Trust us. This was the most dangerous insurrection and attack on the homeland since 9/11 and Pearl Harbor. Look how they work. Now, you want to talk about gaslighting? It's almost insulting. Well, it is insulting. It's insulting that they pick things that everybody can see with their own eyes and will straight get on TV and say, that's not true. So now we're seeing a contrast between what we're hearing them say right now and what we're seeing. Look at this.
Intensely probing and detail-oriented and focused.
Wait a minute.
Probing.
I just realized that. Man, did Joe full-blown turn around? Well, I can't believe I missed that. Look at everybody at attention, standing frontward, and Joe's husband got their hand over the heart, and what does Joe do?
He is sharp.
Full-blown turn.
Probing.
What is he doing?
Detail-oriented and focused.
Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie?
He's focused.
Make sure she was going to be here.
I was sitting, 2 feet from him across the table, and he was, intense.
Had trouble walking sometimes. Yeah, so did FDR. He wanted GD war.
But he's totally focused. He's very sharp. They say he's sharp in meetings and so on. Very lucid, very well informed. Biden is stately, and he comes with gravitas.
Look at that. That's my favorite right there, man. The stop and the squat. He stopped and squat. Here's my stop squat. Oh, there you go. Jill, clean that up. Where you going, Jill? Where you going? This time, Jill didn't come to his rescue. Normally, she rushes into his side. Now she's like, oh, God, let me turn and walk off. So the stop squat right there is my favorite right there. It's almost like he did it for the camera. Like, watch what I can do. All right, so let's continue listening to this sharp, intelligent man that they all just found out just, Thursday, I guess, that he's incompetent and his brain is gone.
Hasn't been, as far as I know, a single claim that Biden made a mistake.
Ageism is an issue. Americans have
ageism. That's what it is. It's our fault. It's our fault, y'all, because we judging him not based on the condition he's in at his age. We're judging him just based on his age. We're discriminating against him. There you go. We shouldn't judge people based on their age. So therefore, if somebody who's 80 comes in talking about, I want to work on an oil rig. Well, sir, you seem like you're past your oil rig days. There's a lot of heavy lifting here. Hey, don't discriminate against me, sonny. I was picking up steel before you was a twinkle in your dad's eye. But you're 80 and I don't think you can do it. And you might check out at any time. We want an investment. Yeah, so I guess we shouldn't even look at age. But here's the real kipper. If the job doesn't require something physical and you happen to be a little older, but you're mentally there, okay, I can see that. Joe's not. But what they're going to do is not focus on that. They're just going to say ageism. This is how they bubble wrap people. Get off this guy's back or else you are a bigot. You're judging a man just because he's old.
a rich history of holding people's physical characteristics against them. Okay, you can ask African Americans.
Oh God, African Americans. These people are disgusting, man. And then they all got to pretend that we didn't know what the heck. Where'd this come from?
He's older. That doesn't mean that he is unfit, and there's a lot of ageism there.
Now, this age attack, this obsession by the right, Joe Biden made.
Yeah, obsession by the right that we was right about. That's what you're saying? This obsession by the right that they're right about. Because that guy came out right after that. This was a horrible debate. He looked horrible. He looked weak. Now he's judging Joe based on his age. Unfortunate. Look at this.
Not be able to speak for himself the way that he used to.
They want to think to take on government if we get out of line, which they're talking again about.
And talking about getting about. Y'all hear that? They want to get out the line. But he looks like he's about to be like, Smithers, release the hounds. Straight up, Mr. Burns. Yes, Smithers.
That's him lying around.
Hilarious. So guys, not only did the Democrats bring it on themselves, but guess who else brought it on himself? Joe. He brought this on himself too. Look at this. He let somebody instigate and talk him into a beatdown. Somebody was over there in Joe's ear like, hey man, Joe, come here, man. I heard Trump out there talking reckless, dude. What? Yeah, he's talking reckless, Joe. Oh, you know what? Tell Corn Pop I'll meet him anywhere at the pool or whatever. No, not Corn Pop. Joe, pay attention. Trump, not Corn Pop. He's out there talking crazy. You tell that crump that I'll meet him wherever he wants to. You want me to do it? You want me to set it up? Because, you think you could take him? Nah, you know what? You ain't got to answer that right now, Joe. I think you can take him. I'll go tell him you want some. I'll go tell him you want some. So now here's Joe coming out there, got talked into a beatdown.
Donald Trump lost 2 debates to me in 2020. Since then, he hadn't shown up for debate. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Well, make my day, pal.
It's your last chance to walk away.
Well, make my day, pal. Last chance to walk away, creepy.
I'll even do it twice. Oh. So let's pick the dates, Donald. I hear you're free on Wednesdays.
Uh-oh.
Remember, you wanted this.
You wanted this, Joe. That's what I'm saying. All of those folks who said, Joe, I think you can take him, baby. And Joe, yes, Donald Trump thinks I'll take him. So what? How many times? Twice? All right, I'll take you not once, but twice. So remember, you wanted this. So what are the predictions that we all had for this debate, y'all?
What's your prediction for the fight then?
Prediction?
Yes, prediction.
Yeah, man. So let's see how the pain looked. I came to bring the pain.
He has a bad night. And I think that was a weak debate performance. I don't.
Oh, this the after fight interviews? These are all the people who were talking about the champ is going to get in there and he's going to have a great night. He's going to win. And you know what? I've been watching him training. I've been watching. He's sharp. He's witty. He's on top of things. He's in shape. Now look at all of them.
I think anyone in the campaign is disagreeing with that point. But I've been urging, and I expect that this will be moving forward, for the president to reassure folks in the media, the general public, the many
So he's coming back for some more?
and others who've expressed concern by doing unscripted casual engagements with journalists, with small groups of voters, a town hall, so that you can see what I've seen with our president in the last few months and, of course, the last few years.
But you, big liar, don't understand that they can't do those things because he is in horrible condition. So that means you, when you were with him privately, were able to see it too, but you're lying about it. So they're doing to Joe what they did to Muhammad Ali, unfortunately. Sticking him out there, and what Larry Holmes did to him, everybody was like, man, I don't want to, this is horrible. I don't want to watch this. Who made Ali get in that ring at that age, knowing the condition he was in? So these folks did this to Joe, stuck him out there. And now they're all out there talking about that. Wow, he got beat to death. I didn't see that coming. But anyway, don't worry. The champ's not retiring. He's not retiring. He's coming back for more.
So, with all due respect, it is not honest to say that this is just one night.
Fake Crapper? Fake Crapper is trying to. So just because Fake Crapper received criticism, I guess he's like, man, I'm gonna show y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all what perhaps real journalism might look like. Now remember, this is the same Fake Crapper that had the nerve to say Joe has a stuttering problem, and by us criticizing him for getting things, making up words and stuff like that, we're making fun of him from his childhood stuttering problem. So I'm not giving Fake Crapper no props. However, it is funny to see Fake Crapper embarrass this guy.
There have been moments like this that people have seen in front of the cameras and other moments with cameras not there.
True.
Just 2 weeks ago, let me just show this clip.
Show him another stuff.
There was another moment like this, not just a senior losing a train of thought, but something else going on. Here he is. It was at an event about immigration. He tries to introduce DHS Secretary Mayorkas.
Mucus?
And there's some sort of glitch. I don't know what it is. Let's roll that tape.
Glitch?
Don't. Thanks to all the members of Congress and Homeland Security Secretary. I'm not sure I'm going to do all the way.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
Nobody does. Nobody knows that, Trump. There you go. That's how you say mucus in Joe Biden. Secretary. Okay, so now I wonder how this Democrat is about to explain that glitch.
But all kidding aside, Secretary Mayorkas.
I don't know what that was.
Deep fakes, these manipulated videos, and it is, again, done in bad faith.
Thank you for clearing that up for us, Black Gay Drop, with that umbrella sitting on top of your head, with that shower cap, with that helmet. Dang on it, what is that mess? So here she is, deep fake. Remember, not even a week or two prior to the debate, they were calling deep fakes before the debate. They were out there saying Joe wandering off and turning around and looking and being escorted off. All of those were deep or cheap fakes. Now, how cheap was that debate? Was that fake?
To take that little clip and say, aha, Senator Coons, be honest. You know that our president is somehow mentally infirm, and yet to not put up dozens and dozens of much more alarming examples of the former president.
Everyone watching this.
First of all, I don't think it's accurate to suggest that the news media hasn't provided or shown the American people clips of former President Trump saying odd or potentially distressing things. I think that we've been doing that since 2015.
That's all you do.
Wait. Let me just ask you, do you truly think that President Biden is the strongest candidate to take on Donald Trump in November?
Look, he's like, come on, think about it before I say this big fat lie. how am I going to look in this camera and say, yes, and have people take me seriously? People are sitting back eating that popcorn like, what is he going to say? This is an intense moment because either you're going to come across as very dumb by saying, absolutely. So how can he get out of this pickle?
I think Joe Biden, two things, is the strongest, most accomplished president we've had in my lifetime.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Joe Biden has the strongest record. We have the all-time high in the stock market, all-time low in unemployment.
So not only is he quoting lies, but he completely just skirted on the answer. That's not answering the question, rather. He is strong enough to lead us from moving forward. He's just talking about some stuff that talking points. He has the great record. He did stuff, and he likes people. That's not saying whether he can go forward.
We have crime going down. We have investments in manufacturing going up.
Look, even fake crapper.
And he's got a great platform to run for re-election.
Pack up the
He
papers.
is not the only Democrat who can run for president. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but he has the strongest record to run on.
I mean, he has given fewer press conferences, fewer interviews than any president in modern history, including the previous one, who's now running for re-election. And, this could all be...
And the previous one told more lies per sentence than any candidate has ever told on the debate stage.
This is not the discussion that we're having. We can certainly, have that conversation. I certainly didn't particularly care for it when President Biden said no U.S. service members had been killed in the previous 4 years. But moving on from things that were said that were not true.
Gut punch! You see Crapper not taking no crap for 1 second, though. For 1 second. I'm sure they might put in a call and tomorrow Crapper will be out there repenting too. I said some things. I'm very sorry. While Nasty Pelosi is standing over there on the side with the monkey paws waiting. Keep talking, you peasant. Read the script. So now, he said, hey, I personally wasn't impressed when Joe Biden said nobody died on his watch. Y'all remember he had said this?
President this century that doesn't have any, this decade, that doesn't have any troops dying anywhere in the world like he did.
3 U.S. troops died in Jordan this year and more in Afghanistan in 2021. How can the president say none have died during his administration?
Now they're talking to Black Gay Drop while she's on Air Force One. Now we're about to see what a DEI hire gets you. Y'all want to see what it gets you? When you get your butt out there and lie about that, now that's something hard for her to cover. On a good day, she stinks. Now you got to come out there and rely on Black Gay Drop to explain why this dude just lied and said nobody died on his watch. Now let's see if she's earning her DEI money.
So, obviously the president, as you know, is the commander-in-chief.
I can tell off grip, you hear the frustration in the voice. So, it's almost like she's tired of her job. She's like, I can't keep up with this dude. You can only ask me to do so much. He is this bad. I'm stressed. I know there's a point where everybody just looking at me going, so now here she goes, making up stuff and dodging stuff.
And you hear him even when he ends all of his remarks. He talks about respecting our troops who are serving today, and he obviously had his son was obviously served as well.
Man, you see her dragging that mess up. She's horrible. It's obvious that he likes the troops. His son, did I tell you his son served as well? And he liked, wow, okay, wait, what was the original question? What was the original question?
These weren't off the cuff remarks. They felt prepared, and it was clearly a mistake. Does he not consider these to be?
What I will say is the president respects our military force. He respects the families who have lost members of the military.
He don't even know. What are you talking about? He respects families that lost. He didn't even know that folks died, I guess, on his watch. Or could it be that he was so busy looking at his watch, he don't remember? And then she got out there and gave that horrific response and answer to that. But remember, it's Trump who lies. He's the one we need to be focused on. So Joe had to come right out after that, laying that big fat doodoo pie and do a little promotional video. Okay, let's see how it sticks.
Democracy is the essence of who we are. We're the most unique nation in the world. Okay, in that we're not based on race, ethnicity, geography. We're based on idea. We hold these.
The hands is up. I don't know what you want me to do with my hands. Just put them down to your side. So there he is, stuck with those hands out there. So here he is talking about democracy or something like that.
It should be self-evident that all women and men are created equal. It's in our Declaration of Independence and in our Constitution.
Look at the hands.
These are the two things that are the guardrails to make sure democracy is able to be sustained. It's all about being able to show up and vote, be able to have an opportunity to get a fair deal, get an even chance. It all rests upon our Constitution, and democracy is the vehicle and the method that holds that together.
Put them hands down. Now, did y'all hear that ad, that effort to come out and try to smooth over what we all just witnessed? All right, let's put an ad out. Let's see, how long should it take us? He only has, 30 seconds of talking? We should be in and out in about, maybe 20 minutes or so? And about 8 hours later, okay, take 70. Let's see if he can get this right this time. So a lot of people miss this right here. And I don't know what she's doing, but it looks very suspicious here. Did y'all see this clip with Dana during the debate as Jake Crapper's talking? Who is Dana pointing to? Why is Dana doing this? Watch this behavior. You tell me what you think she's doing.
A record number of migrants have illegally crossed the southern border on your watch. Overwhelming.
Did y'all see that? Over there, Joe. Yeah, he's the one talking and asking the question. Now, what was that behavior? Who was she referring to? I don't know. All I know is it looked like she might have even saw Joe drifting and tried to help him out.
A record number of migrants have illegally crossed the southern border on your watch. Overwhelming.
Well, there we go. So not only did I believe that Dana might have been an enabler, and then of course, fake Crapper tried to step in and stop him from shipwrecking many times. Oh, thank you, Mr. President. But here's one of the biggest enablers of all. With this big Dalmatian colored dress on, talking about vote. So let's see how Jill, Joe's husband, is coming out representing Joe. Let's see how Joe receives her in the background. Let's check it out.
Carolina and across America who are working hard to find a secure place in the...
Okay, now is Joe scared or is he crying? I don't understand what this look is. That's not a look of confidence. Why is Joe like, I don't know if he's crying or scared or both. That right there, or he's smelling something real bad or doodooing. You can apply so many things to that look. Maybe he's taking a poop. Maybe he farted. Is that me? We don't know, but that's a look of horror, like he's seeing death. Is that the Grim Reaper coming? Good grief, he can't even disguise his face. Now, that's a problem. Okay, now I'm not a doctor, like I said, but those are one of the symptoms when folks get to that level where they're not conscious of that. It's just like they can't hide that emotion. So he is confused, and she is talking about, Joe, is this and
middle
that?
Class.
Look at that.
The moms who worry that I saw in him then the same character that
look looks like, who are you? My man has that look right now at Jill, like I have no idea who you are talking. Is that the president? Oh, who is that? This is horrible. I mean, yeah, I could chuckle about it, but at the same time, our enemies ain't chuckling it. They're sitting there going, oh, wait, you know what? This is our opportunity.
Today, and even though he has faced unimaginable tragedies, his optimism is undefeated. Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the...
You stayed alive. You breathed throughout the whole thing, Joe. You waited for me to come out and escort you down that one step. You did good, Joe. You did good.
And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do?
There you go. That's the picture we like to see right there. Now we know who's running the show. Lie! I won't tell you which lies. He just lied. As Joe stands there with his hands crossed, like, what? Who are these people? What are you saying? What is this strange lady talking about? He has no idea what's going on.
The idea that he did something. The idea that the politicians that with the idea. What? And number two, the idea that we have. He has no idea what the hell he's talking about.
What?
The idea he's refusing to. The idea.
That idea is stuck on his head. That dude right there is like, I'm looking for an idea. So we're 13. That man right there is passing up Kamala with what could be unburdened by the past. So how many ideas he's going to say? We're 13, right? That's the latest count. Here we go.
Yeah, that I did anything wrong. Number two, the idea that you have a right, and the idea, I don't know where the hell he's been. The idea that anything he said is true. We're in a situation where the idea is...
Sounds like he don't have too many ideas in his head. When you got to repeat the idea that many times, you're limited in your vocabulary. So now he is just going, the idea.
That we, in fact, but the idea that they're going to...
Boy, these are the things that if you show people who voted for him, they should be embarrassed. Folks who've been walking around just that Joe Biden's our president. I voted for him. I walked away and never looked back. I have no idea what he's doing, what condition he's in. And you show them this, they should be going, oh, you ain't going to tell nobody I did that, right? You ain't going to tell nobody I voted for this cat, are you? Nah, your secret is safe with me. As long as you vote the right way the next time. Of course, we all make mistakes the first time. It's about repeating them, which tomorrow I'm going to be showing y'all some folks who, after this debate, folks on the street still said, well, I'm going to vote for Joe Biden. We're going to do a little experiment tomorrow on dumbness.
I'm proposing that the idea that...
President Biden?
The idea that we're going to be in a situation where, number two, the idea that he is doing anything, the whole idea, the idea that somehow, I doubt whether you'll accept it because you're such a whiner. The idea. This nation
that is unbelievable. Wow, we hit like 33. The idea. So now here he is, guys, coming out mad about the Supreme Court and what they ruled about Trump having some type of immunity. And he's going to chastise him. Yeah, he got a problem with democracy, as they all say they're defending. So let's see him go ahead and attack our judicial system. I don't understand. You're not supposed to question that.
It's founded on the principle that there are no kings in America.
No.
Each of us is equal before the law.
Oh, okay.
No one is above the law. Not even the President of the United States.
And Antifa. And Black Lives Matter. And James Comey. And the deep state.
With today's Supreme Court decision on presidential immunity, that fundamentally changed.
Fundamentally.
For all practical purposes.
Now y'all see him with his new little tan to try to make him look younger? All right, stay still, Mr. President. Is that too much bronze? Is he too shiny? Oh, okay, he looks like the Tin Man. It's okay, we don't have time. Send him out. So here he is out there with his freshly sprayed on tan. Trying to chastise the Supreme Court's decision.
Today's decision almost certainly means...
Slurring through it, sounding like a sober drunk.
That there are virtually no limits on what a president can do. This is a fundamentally new principle.
It is?
And it's a dangerous precedent. Because the power of the office will no longer be constrained by the law, even including the Supreme Court of the United States. The only limits will be self-imposed by the president alone. So now the American people have to do what the courts should have been willing to do.
What? Now the American people have to do what the courts should have been willing to do. Which is what, Creepy? Because apparently it sounds like you wanted the courts to do what you can't do, which is beat Donald Trump. Sounds like that. It sounds like You are upset that the courts didn't take care of it, and then mad because now the people got to do it. But yet you're defending the whole speech is about democracy, our Constitution. It was funded on that. But now all of a sudden, this man is by default letting everybody know how the Democrats view this whole situation with Trump. They wanted the courts and lawfare to take care of their problem. But now they got to rely on the people.
It will not. The American people have to render a judgment about Donald Trump's behavior. The American people must decide whether Donald Trump's assault on our democracy on January 6th makes him unfit for public office, the highest office.
That's how it should have been instead of 4 indictments and some bootleg conviction. That's how it should have been. But no, your DOJ was trying to take care of that. Yeah, all of this garbage. And now it all comes full circle back to the people, which that's how it should have been in the first place. So the same people who's whining about protecting our the way of life and our democracy now has to make the confession that really we wanted the courts to do this. We wanted to shut Trump down through lawfare, but it didn't work. We wanted to remove it from the people because we don't trust y'all. Now, the fact that folks, his poll numbers and all of these folks coming to his rallies and stuff, that should let him know that the people were making their decision. But that's the reason why they needed lawfare, because they were seeing that the people were making their decision by Trump's growing support. They're like, this dude is still booming. They still following this. They still supporting him. Come on, Supreme Court, please, man. Don't look, man. Come on, all you crooked judges. Come on, all you raggedy prosecutors. Y'all got to stop this dude. Because if we leave it up to the people, we're going to take it to the chin.
To the land. The American people must decide Trump's embrace of violence to preserve his power.
Such a liar.
Is acceptable.
Embrace of violence. How can they even fix their lips to say this? These are straight liars.
Perhaps most importantly, the American people must decide they want to entrust the president once again, the presidency, to Donald Trump.
Yes. And you don't like that. You don't like the fact that the people got to decide that. Okay. So they send you out there to make this speech and straight walked away. Took no questions. Read off that teleprompter and bounced.
Now knowing he'll be even more emboldened to do whatever he pleases whenever he wants to do it. Good morning, Judge.
Well, since now you are mad about the Supreme Court's decision, let's go back a little bit before we go and see how you responded to the black man who was getting nominated. This is the old Joe Biden before his brain broke, y'all. Let's see how deep he was and how he pontificated, how smart Joe was back then. How clever he was back then, and see how he treated the black man. Okay, now let's see if this black man got vengeance on these Democrats. Let's see.
Judge, welcome to the blinding lights. Finding out what you mean when you say that you would apply the natural law philosophy to the Constitution is, in my view, the single most important task of this committee.
Senator Biden was very focused on natural law. How did that go?
Who knows? I have no idea what he was talking about.
That's why they hate Clarence Thomas. There it is. Who knows? I don't know. I have no idea what he's talking about. And we still don't. And we still don't. Tell him, Clarence, that they want a shot at your title right now because they tried to stick it to you back in the day and messed up. Missed you.
I just want to make sure we all know what we're talking about here.
Okay,
you and I know at least what we're talking about.
We want to know.
There's a fervent...
Look at Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas is like this. I have no idea what this man's talking about. No idea, but I'm going to sit here and look him in the face and let him keep murmuring on.
An aggressive school of thought that wishes to see natural law further inform the Constitution than it does now. Argued against by the positivist led by Judge Bork. Now, again, that may be lost on all the people. Okay. You know and I know.
What is this? Abbott and Costello bit? You know that I know that I know that you know. What are you talking about, Joe? You know and I know, but it's lost on the American people. It's lost on everybody, including the brilliant man you're trying to attack.
What we're talking about.
We don't. I have to be perfectly honest with you. You sit there and you have no idea what they are talking about.
No idea.
All I know is that he was asking me these questions about natural law.
Someone may apply it in a way, like Moore, who leads him in a direction that is, quote, liberal. You may apply it in a way that leads you in a direction that's conservative.
What is
or
this?
You may, like many argue, not apply it at all.
Democrats! Man, Trump talks about how he wasn't that smart before his brain got all messed up. Now we see evidence of that. So I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to come out. I'm going to take up my time by just philosophizing and just saying stuff that makes no sense, trying to sound deep and educated, and then going to say, well, yeah, it might fall. The American people won't understand this. Nobody understands it, including Joe, and he still doesn't understand stuff, and they are mad right now at this Supreme Court. And Clarence, you got yourself a little vindication right about now. Standing in Creepy's way of him succeeding with lawfare. So let's see how Clarence Thomas viewed this whole interaction with Joe.
But it is a fundamental question that is going to be almost impossible for non-lawyers to grasp in an exchange. But you know, and I know.
You know that I know.
It is a big, big deal. And in conclusion,
one of the things you do in hearings is you have to sit there and look attentively at people you know have no idea what they're talking about.
Beautiful. Clarence, you finally got your revenge. You have to sit there and listen to people who you know have no idea what they're talking about. And guess what we're doing all these years later? Listening to Joe talk about things that he has no idea what he's talking about. Coming out there trying to go in on the Supreme Court and all of this stuff. And I'm going, man, shut up. Clarence and all of them came through with something rational and y'all don't like it. And now y'all hating on the Supreme Court because they won't do what y'all can't do, which is y'all want them to destroy Trump for y'all. And if they're not going to do it for you, what are you going to do? You're going to demonize him. Even if you have to demonize the black man. AOC trying to get him impeached, y'all. They're trying to impeach these people. Unbelievable, man. So there you have it, guys. They asked for Joe Biden. See, they asked for this dude. They had options for other people, but they didn't want those. They didn't want those. They wanted Joe. They wanted it. So I don't want to hear them whining after Joe got beat down. Yeah, take the licking and keep on ticking. Yeah, keep him right up there. Hey, Dr. Jill, if you're listening. Crackhead Hunter, if you're listening, tell your daddy to keep running. Don't let him talk. Don't let him talk him out of it, okay? We want him back in that ring again, okay? So we can keep pounding on him. These Democrats brought it on themselves. They rigged that primary, stuck him in there, knowing he was in that condition, so they asked for this. God bless y'all. God bless America. Don't forget to hit the like button, share my videos. Follow me on all the other social media platforms. Want to donate to the channel? You can. The links are below. Cash App, PayPal. And also you can check out Kevin's Corner Store. And other than that, you can text MAGA to 330-974-4607. And somebody heard me closing out and came right on in here. Soon as they heard me say those words, look who's here. Yeah, what were you doing in there, Gizmo? What were you doing, huh, buddy? Yeah, in there sleeping. It sounded like, oh, man. There it is. The yawn. He was in there knocked out. I was like, all right, I guess he's wrapping up his show. I better go ahead and get my shout out here. All right, so thanks for checking it out. We'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. God bless. Wait, I almost forgot my exit. Who's scared? Not me. Joe is, though. Joe is. I know you see the way we tear up the place, yeah. God bless.